guys, I'm Lilac the Dragon Girl, and welcome to this Let's Play of Freedom Planet. If you love this video and want to see more, subscribe to Scatlink, Shang, or my own YouTube channel in the links below. You know you want to.
Hi guys, welcome back. Scatlink here. We're off for more of Freedom Planet. In the last episode, we went through a Lilac exclusive stage, the Pengu Lagoon, where we went through an abandoned rainforest where we found a dragon, with an actual serpent-like dragon. That wasn't actually a dragon; it was a blue syntax. Interesting. And before then, we got destroyed. That was fun. It wasn't even my fault. It was a cutscene. It was Brevon torturing us. If you want to see it, check the last episode. There's no way I can explain it. It was blood-curdling on hearing Lilac scream at the top of her voice. I think Dawn said before that in her Let's Play on her channel that she actually threw out her voice that day for doing that. So they just reused the clip for the next time she got shocked. But yeah, little bit of insider knowledge right there. But yeah, there was actually something I forgot to talk about with the first half of that level, because I can't really hear the music that well for myself, because I've got like the volume turned down so I can actually hear other stuff happening. The thing is that in the first part of the level, there's actually lyrics to the song, and funny thing is, Dawn actually did the lyrics for that song, like the little well, it's not really lyrics, it's more like just like that, a faint whisper to give the music itself a bit of whimsy and mysticalness, which kind of makes sense, because I mean the level looks really mystical, kind of ancient, very like out there, more so than the rest of the game, like more because the game's got more of a Chinese-ish kind of feel, but that level was like purple and blues and very emerald-like greens. It's like not what we've been seeing so far in the game, which kind of gives you a mystical vibe, which gives you a dragon vibe. Other than anything else, Lilac is a dragon, but we don't really see a lot of mysticalness other than her dragon boost being all sparkly and whatnot. So I guess that's also a nice touch as well. But for now, we need to find out what the hell was up with this blue syntax, and maybe this is something else that Nero was talking about, as well as the Magister, that there was like, they found the material before that, or something similar to the material, but they thought it was radioactive, and they don't know what it's about, so they're sending us to investigate because we're quick to get it done faster, which is true. Lilac is probably the fastest character in the game, even though I beg to differ in certain regards. But yeah, we don't know what this is, so I guess we should jump back in and find out what's going on with this blue syntax.
This is our final message, a message that we leave for the future. Although we will respect the wishes of your people and allow our influence to pass into legend, there will come a time in your history when you must learn the truth.
This dude actually looks like a shell duck. Funny how that Talk knew something about the design. Then again, considering that this robot also looks similar to Syntax, then these guys must have built this robot to leave this message. Seems like Brevon's people may have been here before as well, or maybe they're like an offshoot or something, and stole the blueprints. Things are already coming together, and we're not even 10 seconds into this intro.
When we were stranded here, we sought desperately to return to our world. We wasted countless years trying to find a way home, but we are no closer to an answer than when we started. We decided that helping your civilization survive and prosper was a more efficient use of our technology.
Wait, so they had warp drive to come to this planet, but then they couldn't get off the planet? It's like, I mean, I guess if they didn't have the resources to fix warp drive to get away from the planet, that may be a bit of an issue, but then again, I guess I didn't want to interfere with the Kingdom Stone, so that might be the reason why? At least these guys had the right idea, but still, that's kind of sad.
We have continued condensed our energy reserves into a physical relic of extraordinary power. With proper care, you may one day use it to travel to the stars, to find the answers that we alone could never find.
Does that mean that these aliens made the Kingdom Stone? Because that looks like the Kingdom Stone. That explains why they couldn't use it. They made the damn thing.
If you wish to know more, you'll have to access our internal database. I pray that it is still intact by the time you receive this message.
Is that in this robot, or is that in another location? Because I don't think we ever find out.
May the winds of time carry you for eternity.
The implications of this are powerful.
I like how the robot's just floating around, not giving a shit, and no one cares that there's a robot floating around either. You'd think that Nero or even Gong would actually be on standby.
Do you believe it, Your Excellency?
It's difficult to say, but if it's true, then the Kingdom Stone is more important to our future than we realize. It must be returned to its resting place before the energy within is lost forever.
And Brevon could just suck it right out.
Something terrible has happened in your absence. Zhao has sent his army to attack Shuigang.
What? But they're innocent!
Not as far as Zhao is concerned. I have sent soldiers of our own to hold them off, but I fear that it will not be for long.
I have to side with the Magister on this one. Yes, I know that Lilac's saying that, oh, they're innocent because they're being manipulated by Brevon, but at the same time, the blood is on their hands because, I mean, they could have easily thought, hey, wait a minute, most of our troop was destroyed by something, and now all of a sudden they're saying that Zhao did this, even though Zhao doesn't own spaceships that crashed through our flipping floor. So, 2 plus 2 together, your prince is insane, you could have rebelled. Just saying, it makes more sense than that, to be fair.
What are we gonna do?
As ironic as it may seem, you are the only dragon blood worthy of our trust. You can stop this war before it begins.
Tell me what to do.
Our ships will take you as far as they can. When you land, ride the northern winds to the snowfields.
Understood.
We are counting on you, Dragonblood. Safe winds.
That is an epic name for Lilac, Dragonblood. Oh, hello, guys.
What are they doing here?
Nice hat.
Nice gut.
Well,
Let me help!
two adorable characters working together.
It seems that we have a common enemy, Zhao.
So let me get this straight. The Magister says that if we join together and fight Mr. Brevon, we get half of the Kingdom Stone's energy.
Sounds like a fair offer, does it not?
Are you kidding? My city needs way more than half.
Ha! You just want to hog the last of our reserves.
I know you feel a little jealous, but I can't help if my city is bigger than yours.
I love his voice. He's just so sarcastic and cute. Look at that face. Gong's having none of it.
Hold on a minute, fellas! This is exactly what Brevon wants! For you two to fight while he gets away with all of your energy!
Well, that escalated quickly. Thanks, Talk.
What difference does it make if it's Brevon or this swine?
We're marching into Shuigang whether you like it or not!
You don't have the guts!
Look!
Dragon.
I like how the dirt mound just disappears underneath.
Kneel before the ancient beast!
Oh!
Okay, apparently Zhao speaks dragon.
You're saying that, we should work together. Oh, of course. Oh, please don't eat us.
I love his voice. He's shitting himself and laughing at the same time, just at the ridiculousness of the situation. Oh, I love it.
What's that?
It couldn't have been her. Could it?
Careful what you wish for.
The sass.
Ah! Guys! It's really you! You came back! Where have you been? How did you do that?
What, you thought she evolved or something? Or, in this case, de-evolved? Because that's an ancient dragon? Well, I guess they have no clue, but I think the bigger question is, how did you recover so quickly?
I didn't do it. This little fella did. It's okay, guys. This robot wasn't made by Brevon.
Really?
It's a long story, but the Magister believes us now. We have his full support.
Aw, yeah, that's my girl.
My friends, we have been blessed with the seal of the dragon. We must heed its call and join together for the greater good.
Under my leadership.
You can't be serious.
Yep.
What can you tell us about the invaders?
Well, Brevon is a starship commander. He doesn't have as much experience fighting on the ground as you do.
Okay, I call bullcrap because he's able to decapitate almost anyone immediately by the flick of a wrist. Talk, I think your intelligence is a little off. I know you haven't seen it, but from the fourth wall. You need to know.
Then we shall take the battle to the streets!
Street Fighter, the Freedom Planet edition.
But we need to cross the snowfields without getting wasted.
We do have one advantage. Brevon wants the four of us dead, no matter what. If he sees us coming, we can distract him.
Lilac sounds quite normal here, but I get the feeling that in her head, she's like, this is personal. I'm coming for you, bastard. I get that vibe. Considering what happened to her, I wouldn't put it past her.
A diversion? Do you really think you can pull it off?
Remember all the times we distracted you?
Point taken.
Welp.
What about the stone? How do we get it back?
I could modify one of my hacking devices to knock out power to the engine mainframe.
In my language...
Kill the power, get the stone back, right?
You got it.
I hope this works. In case it doesn't, I need you to be prepared for what I might have to do.
It'll work. It has to. Would Brevon have left us alone if we hadn't tried to stop him?
He pulled that trick on you, huh?
But is it true?
Maybe, but I wouldn't trust him on it. Even if he did leave your people alone, it would only be a matter of time before his conquest affected your world.
You're right. We can't quit now.
Why would you doubt? You were electrocuted to absolute buggery. You were fried. I guess she's just trying to be optimistic.
The alien army has commenced its attack.
Give the order to your troops.
It will be done.
You ready, Carol?
Ready to rock.
Find the commander and his pets and tear them to shreds. And leave the brains intact if possible. I might use them for something.
Mila!
Together.
Fire at will.
Let's show this green maniac how to save a planet!
Hell yeah! It's a shmup stage. Alright, so, your main attack button is a spread fire shot. Your special button is a laser of death! Pressing jump, well, is a nice forward dash. And guess what? Yes, you do have health, but I believe at this point, I think Lilac in this stage of the game, regardless of your difficulty level, regenerates health after a while, I'm pretty sure, unless that was patched out. I read that on the wiki before, and I was like, trying to like find out differences between difficulties, but this came up as saying, oh, this is exempt or something like that. But yeah, our special bar is pretty much used for the laser, which is fine. It recovers super quick, so spamming the laser, perfectly fine. Whatever damage we do take here will be carried over. But I think during the level, regardless of the actual stage, regardless of the difficulty that we're on, we still retain our our energy recovery, even if we're not playing on casual difficulty. That's something I haven't talked about while we're doing this, because it's pretty simple. Even though I could still die. That's probably going to happen at this stage. I'm never going to go through a single video about dying at least once, am I? I mean, I'm already close to death as it is. But yeah, I think it only matters if it hits Lilac, which is a pretty small sprite here, so you don't have that big of a hitbox, but at the same time, it's like, you can't really navigate completely well. And I just took a hit, so that sucks. And I'm done. I just explode. But yeah, what I was talking about is like the difficulties. Casual difficulty basically allows you to have regenerating health, and you only need 100 gems in order to get an extra life. Normal is what I'm playing on right now, which is like the normal difficulty, the most average difficulty, what's supposed to be, which is obviously you do not have regenerative health, and it takes 200 gems to get an extra life, which you get a very massive abundance of. So that's kind of the middle ground. For hard, I think you just take more damage. And on the hardest difficulties, some enemy attack patterns are completely different. And you require about 300 gems or something stupid. I'm not entirely too sure. I've never touched the difficulties because I think the game's difficult enough as it is on normal anyway. And yes, you can change the difficulty every time you go back to your save file. It's not locked in at all, like most games have. Kingdom Hearts. Well, most Kingdom Hearts games anyway. But yeah, I'm freaking bobbing and weaving right now. But as you can see, we have a distance meter here. So there is an end goal. We just got to basically survive the gauntlet of Brevon's fleet. Well, I say Brevon's fleet. I'm not too sure if it's Brevon's fleet or Shuigang's fleet. / Prince Dale. But yeah, and the reason why I keep accidentally saying Prince Ralis and Prince Dale is because Prince Ralis is like... I think it sounds like Zelda. I think it's Zelda. Breath of the Wild, I think it is. Yeah, that sounds a bit right. Prince Dale, it's Prince Dale, Prince whatever. The problem is when you die here, you gotta do the whole bloody lot again. So maybe I should stop actually talking about things and focus for a bit. It's funny as well, because this is considered a bonus stage, and yet it's required. And all characters need to go through this. Sadly, as we've seen with Mila and Carol, they're in tanks and not on the dragons, so the gameplay is going to be a lot different, so we'll see that at some point when we get to it. But we're still on Lilac's story right now, so that's perfectly fine. Now the thing is, that's actually something else I want to talk about, because we're almost done for this now, and I've actually done this a lot better. There we go. Is that, I haven't really played many games on the channel. In fact, I haven't really played any games on the channel at all. Oh, hello, Syntax. You're going for round 3, are we? Yeah, you just want to spam the laser for as long as you can, really. Spam when needed. Dodge the attacks when needed. This is something that I just hate trying to dodge. And I did it rather well, actually. Wow. Right, so if I can just get a couple more hits off here, I should just be able to use this laser. Knock her health down. She's got 2 bars left. 1 bar left. And she is... Oh, I'm not doing a lot of damage. There we go. Done. Yeah, you can keep the beam going, but it just does, like, no damage at all. But there we go. As soon as we beat her, we're on to the main level, Battle Glacier. If you do it in time trial mode, you won't actually do that first part, because that's basically a bonus. I got a nice shield. That is helpful. And look at this! Mario Galaxy! How many more bloody game references can there possibly be? And yes, it's a nice level. And I'm not exactly a fan of this level. It's a nice level. It's a nice level, ice level. I'm funny. And I've kind of lost where I was going, but I'm talking about this now. It's a nice level. It's, again, not one of my favourites. I think we've gone past all my favourite levels, though. But it is also a bit of a mess when it comes to the amount of enemies. And yes, if you have noticed, the damage output and the difficulty is kind of ramping up. Maybe it's because I'm not fighting as well as I am, but you'll notice that when you're trying to do all your sick flips and combos and stuff, you're not killing as much as you are, or dealing as much damage as you are, like, to take out enemies easily, except for those little things that you can just easily swat out of the air. But it's like, quite hard to, like, just knock out enemies in general. And that will be really apparent in the final levels. You just want to blast through as quickly as possible. Fighting is effectively futile when you just want to beast on through. Just because you just can't output damage well enough. Well, we've got a little bit of Sonic stuff right there. Sonic X. Yeah, I keep saying Sonic X even when I try to correct myself. Sonic-esque. Good lord. But what was I trying to say? It's like, yeah, when it comes to, like, games that have multiple stories and some of the levels are repeats, of course we're playing as a different character, so it will feel different, but some levels will be the same, just from another character's standpoint. So, I was trying to kill those and I can't. Whoa! I fell literally perpendicular to that platform. That was weird. Oh yeah, there's an achievement here, if I can do it. Ah, did he bugger off, or is he still around? He is still around. I don't want to do that. There we go! I feel like that gives me an achievement if I knock out a chopper with a dragon boost. So, but yeah, doing stories with like multiple stories, like say Sonic Adventure, or most of the Sonic games I guess, like Sonic 06 or something like that. What other games have multiple stories? Sonic Heroes. Funny how all the Sonic games are coming to mind while I'm playing Freedom Planet, funnily enough. You just got crashed by the stage. Oh well then! I can't get out that way. But yeah, it's like, oh, that's where I'm supposed to go. I did not see that. I've lost my shield. If I can tell what I was going to talk about, because every time I want to talk about something, I just can't seem to. When it comes to, like, games with multiple stories, or multiple pathways, and yet some of it may be different, but some of it's still the same, but with a different character or something, I don't really know how to handle that, really, I guess. I guess this is going to be my first game where I actually handle that on the channel, so I guess that's a little bit experimental. Yeah, you only get better as you go. I don't know where I'm going right now. Okay, so I don't go up that way. But what I'm trying to say is that I'm not entirely too sure how to handle certain things when it comes to, like, playing multiple levels with the same character. Because I'm worried I may run out of things to talk about. I mean, I had that near the end of the last episode, but that was really because I failed the boss near the end and it took quite a while just to get the final hits off. Because when there's no more pimples to hit, it's kind of hard to be in the correct spot to hit them when you can't keep yourself levitating in midair and the enemy's always moving up and down, so... And then you got to just wait it out until you can actually hit the couple of points that you need to. Oh, we're getting sniped. I think we're coming up to the mini-boss of this level, which I'm not exactly a fan of. I guess I could talk about that. But yeah, we've also had repeat bosses, but they've all been different as well, like with Syntax. We had her, like, in pretty much the, thermal base in multiple different forms, and then we had her again in that shoot-'em-up stage. And like I said, the shoot-'em-up stage is going to be different for the other two characters, but it's going to be pretty much effectively the same. I think Mila gets it a little easier though, because she's not combat heavy. I'm not entirely too sure though, because they're both in tanks. And yeah, that's kind of a thing. And another thing about this level that I don't like, progress gets halted because you have to, like, punch these things into these walls in order to blow them up. And later on in the level, we'll be getting the bloody, we're going to be getting, Brevon's troopers, which are a pain to take out. And they're going to be bombarding us, and you got to somehow get through without dying. And I remember a spot where I literally died constantly, 5 times in a row, just because I wasn't allowed to have a second to breathe. And that was fair, so... That's going to be fun when we get to that point. Oh my god, you see what I mean? Because now they start to layer them to 2s and even 3s. You've got to hit these things twice in order to just launch them. And I believe with Carol only takes 1 hit. Like I said, she's a lot more stronger in terms of normal combat, even though she has less options. She just has much more better damage output. I don't think I have much problems in this level with Carol, just because it just only takes that many hits. I'm doing this. Did that work? Did I take enough out? No, I only took 1 out. Great. I guess the Cyclone helps, but then you're left wide open later, so I don't know. Plus, I can't double jump to dodge when need be because I've already used it. So, that's cool. It's weird how those explosions don't hurt me, but they can still get rid of my shield if I have one. It's a little bit annoying. Okay, here we go. Things are getting more industrial now. Yeah, I was trying to get the health. There we go. Get that health. I need that health. Okay, here we go. First, this guy's in the way, but I don't think he's that big of an issue if I can just keep hitting him without getting hit by the spikes when he moves. Plus, he takes out the bloody drills that we need to use in order to get through. That don't help. If we had, like, missiles ourselves, Metroid, would be fun. Oh, yeah, that's a thing. It's September now. So, Metroid Samus Returns comes out. I might actually pick that up since I'm getting paid. I might not have to wait to Christmas for that. But, of course, I can't show it off. I can't record 3DS. Anyway, I stopped because, well, music stopped. Look what we got. Boss room. Now, I don't like this boss. This is probably one of the bosses I do not like the most, even though I do have a pattern for it. It's not exactly the best. Plus, I don't have a lot of health, so this is probably going to suck. So, you walk in, he comes in, double jump when he comes in, and you should hit him while dodging those attacks. He always does a slow-mo hit. And I'm dead already! Great! Yeah, one shot took off 2 whole pedals. That's 4 hits, effectively. Lost in a single shot. Well, it is a spaceship, I guess, but yeah, that was just the one hit. That was fair. You know what? Screw you! I hit you. Right, so you want to stay behind him, because then you'll dodge every shot. And if you do a cyclone, you should hit him while he moves forward. He does 3 jumps. I think this is called the aggravation, or... Oh! I Dragon Boost at the right time. Yeah, after he does that boost, which is be in your relative area, he'll do this again, after a pounce. Then he'll do a side swipe with missiles, and shots and stuff, which will literally go everywhere. Bounce up here, let him dash over, jump again into him while he lands to dodge the shockwaves and get a free hit off. And just keep rinsing and repeating until we send whoever's driving this thing back. And believe it or not, this is Brevon's, like... well, I guess you could say this is Brevon's captain's yacht, to quote Star Trek. This is basically Brevon's private craft. And yeah, it's a beast. Maybe it is Brevon sniping us through this and he's just waiting for us to like take too much damage or something. Yep, that's what happens if you don't dodge the attack. And oh, that was nice. And I messed up his jumping pattern a bit there. Took him out. Yeah, you can bugger off, mate. I just took out your main engine piece. Alright. Don't know who was driving that. Probably Serpentine, most likely. Because he's like the main commander. But we never know. I believe the ship is called Aggravation. So that's a thing. If not, I'll probably pop it on screen. Maybe not. I'm not too sure. Because it might be close enough. Hibirski! Dash right through. Yep, now we've got Brevon's men. But we also have this new mechanic where we're on these little... magnetized pole things, and this pretty much acts like a cannon, because I could just do this. Just land right on him. Basically, it forces into a spinball, so that's pretty cool. Considering that when Lilac is in a spinball, basically she's just doing a cyclone from another angle. Right, I'm just going to ride this round. Okay, there's nothing here other than health. Die, please! Thank you! I got a 1-up. I'm actually starting to run one. I'm actually dropping in 1-ups, I just realised. I had 14 at one point. Get that health. Oh, okay, this bit, I remember. Dodge that guy. And that's how you kill that guy easily. Just do some sick flips and kicks and you're good to go. Now, if we can get up here, this is actually like one of those grace period areas. Becoming like, this is also, I believe this is required as well. I'm not entirely too sure. I think Dawn said that it may be skippable, but I'm not entirely too sure because I always have to beat this guy in order to move forward. Unless you go a different way, but I've never tried, or I don't remember. But there's a card here that's blocked off by blocks. There was the way forward that was blocked off by blocks, but we've also got a life behind there that's blocked off by blocks. And it's this guy who drops them, so you can try and take him out normally, or you can take the little elevation here and just shoot yourself into him. After dodging his shots, of course. Or I could just keep shooting myself into his blasters and not into his actual body that is bigger than the blasters themselves. I could just do that instead. Or you know what, I could just Dragon Boost and get wedged in here. And fail. Okay, I'm not normally this bad here. I don't know why I can't hit this guy. Alright, let me take it slow here. I might be rushing. Oh, come on! No! Leave me be! You're not supposed to be there. Okay. Alright, wow! I'm actually getting sick of dying every episode. Oh boy, this is fun. It's a good game, I can't be mad, it's my fault, but at the same time, that kind of sucked. All these gems, though. Even if you do die here, you will eventually, like, slow your death. You know what? No, bugger off! I was trying to get back up here. Where are you? I'll just give you a bunch of damage like that, you dick. You weird ball-like serpent thing? Why is anything a serpent? No. Bam. I do not get hit by this guy this bloody often. I'm actually getting annoyed. I landed one hit. Great. Bang. Finally, you're dead. That shouldn't have taken that long. I shouldn't have taken that much damage. I shouldn't have lost a life. I'm actually kind of mad. Get rid of that. Get all these gem maroonies. Get that life to recuperate the one that I lost stupidly. And, yeah. I'm actually trying to get off the platform. It followed me each time. Right, then I can take this up here. Shoot my way down this way. And that means I can now come through this way. And I somehow went back on myself. Alright. Alright, so I need to go this way then, I guess. Yeah, because this way was blocked off. I swear it was. Yeah, it was here. Because, like, there was, like, a line of blocks. Yeah, because, like, you have to go up here now because the arrow's pointing upwards. And this is now open. So, yeah, I don't think that boss is avoidable. I think you have to fight that mini-boss. If you can call it a mini-boss. I classify it as a mini-boss. Because you have to beat it in such a unique way to do the most damage. Oh, here we go. This is where the area I hate is. So we can do stuff like that, which is fine. Of course, getting hit from the top of the missiles will make you lose your shield and health. So don't do that. That was a very awkward angular loop, but it works. Okay, here we go. This is where Brevon's army is. I've just lost my shield. That is not good. I need to outrun them.